Hey guys, welcome to the new and amazing video of our CSS series. In the last video, we were learning about how to adjust and change the color by using the hover properties in our links. In today's video, we will be learning more about positioning, how exactly we can position our elements, how we can make elements a little different, and change the positions using top light and CSS offsets, etc. So let's begin. So for today's video, let me make another one and let me name it as positioning. So our boilerplate is ready here. By just using an exclamation mark, we have made a boilerplate. And now let's make some divs fast and soon. We'll be making here a div dot and I'll name it as body. Inside this, I will bring one heading. So what exactly I have done here is I have given a first heading and I have named it as hello. Then next what I will be doing here is I will be giving another heading and I'll name it as second heading. And I'll name it as hello again. Okay. Similarly, I will make another paragraph and I will write some random lines of code like lorem 50. Okay. So our code is ready. Now let's see how exactly it's looking. Okay. So this is how exactly our text is looking right now. Okay. Like this. So now let me tell you what exactly is the meaning of positioning. So here, as you can see, every element has its own space and its positioning. In HTML, every element has a given space. And in CSS, we particularly names it as block. So what block does, block defines the space or the position where our element will be placed. Suppose in this you can see the first heading, it is a block according to CSS. So you can see it is taking the whole space or you can say the whole width of the element. When you can see paragraphs as well are also a block. So everything comes under new line. But if you will refer to images and all, then you will be getting to know that images comes under same line. Like suppose if I will attach an image after a paragraph, it will be coming here right as well. This is how a block elements are. Okay. And if you say it's about inline elements, so inline elements are elements like images and spans. These are blended around or uh, surrounded to this block elements. Okay. So all the things which I told you, like block elements and inline elements, these all makes a flow which is called as normal flow. But CSS gives us the power to adjust these elements and position it however we want. To use this amazing feature, CSS has given us a property named as position, and we can use it to override or to change the places of our elements in HTML. So there are multiple ways to adjust the position in our HTML. Okay, and some comments are like relative. Okay, let me tell you what I'm talking about. Let's attach a style tag here. Okay, and inside this style tag, I will take our H1 heading. So one such property of our position, it is called as relative. So what exactly is relative? Relative gives us the power to adjust our elements relative to its original position. Like suppose uh, suppose our element is here right now. So we can arrange this element relative to its position. Okay. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, it comes here. Like top, I will give it about, let's keep it side by side so that you guys can better see it, right? Let's give it about 50 pixels. Okay, so see, now our element first heading has came 50 pixels below from top. That means the position where it was according to our normal flow. That means the position where it is supposed to be. From that position, it has came 50 pixels down. Or it now, let's make it 15 pixels. But you can clearly see that changing that particular heading is not at all affecting any of our elements. Our elements are not at all moving from their places. So this is how the property works, which is position property. Now, let's come to our second topic, that is what are CSS offsets. Offsets is like, see, there are various offsets like top, bottom, yeah. So yeah, then left, and similarly there is one more called right. Yeah. So it's like, suppose, see, when I have given it a property of top, you can clearly see our bottom property is not working that much. See, our element is not at all changing. So we cannot put all the properties at the same time. We have to choose some correspondings like top or bottom or left or right. It's like that. This is how CSS offsets are. Okay. Like if I will remove this bottom property also, and if I remove this right property also, nothing is going to change. And you see, when I remove the left, it immediately changed. Now, if I want to give it a right, and I'll give it around 50 pixels, and see, our element will go exactly their side. Technically, according to HTML, it should be not possible, but we are changing the positions using our property. So, other elements are not at all affecting, it's just that particular heading who's getting affected. So let's come to our another property of position, that is absolute. So unlike relative, absolute is little different. Like right now you can see relative was allowing us to change the positions in a normal and simple way, right? It was not disturbing any other elements, but position absolute is not like that. And if we give an element position absolute, then what it will does, it will fix it corresponding to its outer element or outer container. Okay. Let me better explain you using an example. Like right now, all these texts are stored under a div called body. What we'll be doing here is I will remove all these things. Just a second. And here I will write body. And inside body, now I will give it a position relative. Okay. That means we can adjust the elements in this container, inside this container. Okay. And now what we will give position absolute to this first heading. See, what exactly happened right now, if you guys might be asking, it's just giving position absolute has fixed this right here, and all these other elements which were present has ignored it. Right now, according to this HTML doc, according to the other elements, this first heading is not there and it's not existing. Okay. So as you can see, it has automatically shifted upwards. This is how absolute property is. Now, again, similarly as relative, we can use here our elements, or you can say CSS offsets like top. I will give it here around 50 pixels again. You guys will be asking like what exactly is happening? Why all these three elements are going? See, for our whole div or whole container, we have made it relative, which means all these elements inside can be moved. But For the first heading, we have made it absolute, right? It means if I will write this particular offset inside this element, then this particular heading will only move, right? Yeah, you can see it, right? Let me give it 70. Now it seems to be fine and at a proper place. Similarly, let's give it left as well, so that it can come little centered. Okay. So this is how, or this is exact difference between relative and absolute. If you guys will be having any doubts regarding the relative and absolute, then do comment out. I will be answering it. Okay. Now let's come to our another topic, that is positioning using fixed. You guys will be asking what exactly is fixed. See, till now we were dealing with absolute and fixed. Fixed is something different very much. It fixes our element. That means if we will even scroll it down, element will not move. It will be just stuck upwards. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Instead of absolute, I will write here as fixed. Okay. So our this particular heading is just fixed there. Now let's do one thing. Let's give it a height of about 150 VH. That is 150% of our visible height. Okay. So now you can see, right, that we have got a scroll bar. If I'm even scrolling here, our element is not at all moving. It has fixed to its position, right? You can see it. It's like other things remaining that is moving. So this is how our positioning fixed works. It has just fixed our element into one single place so that it can't move at all. And if you guys will be asking that what exactly is the difference between absolute and fixed, so it's just fixed doesn't allows element to move while scrolling, or here where if an element is absolute, it will be moving whatever happens. It will be not stopping while doing the scroll. Okay. Now let's learn more about another property called float. Till now you were learning about fixed. It means we have fixed our element. Now float makes our elements stick towards the sides. Like it will align our elements towards left or right so that we can properly align it, right? Let me explain it more with an example, that is, see, I have removed all the positioning. Now I have wrote a float and I will give it as right. Okay. Now our element will be gone towards right. And now what I will do, I will similarly, I will write here about the second heading. Okay. I will give it sim. I will write here float. And similarly, I will write here as left. Or let's do one thing, switch the positions up. Let's give it also left. Let's give this one right. I guess I have not wrote. Yeah. See, this was there. Now, what exactly has happened here is we gave it a float and we have defined its position towards its side. As you can see, I gave it a positioning of right and this one of left. So our element is now arranged according to our positioning. Here you can see it, right, that now it has arranged towards this direction. So this was about the positioning. Now, sometimes what happens, like we might have used these properties and we might have aligned our elements, but some elements are overlapping each other. So if we want to adjust these elements, we can use z index. In HTML, suppose if I have written two elements, so the one which is coming down or which is in the bottom will be showing up first. Let's take an example. Let's do one thing. I should make a file name zindex.html. Okay. Now in this file, I will be making two boxes or two circles. Okay. Now I will be making two divs. Okay. Div 1. Inside this first box, similarly, I will make here as second box. Okay. Now let's adjust the elements and gives it a styling so that it will be little more visible. If body. So I will use a class body, and inside this body, I will write width around 600 pixels. I will give height around 300 pixels. Okay. And margin I will give 30 pixels or face. Yeah, that much. Pretty. 0px 0px. Okay. Now let's come to our box, that is first box, and we'll give it a background color of suppose green yellow. Okay. And its position is absolute. Okay. That means all the other elements present will ignore him. Similarly, we'll make second box, and I will give this one a background color of aqua. Same position will be absolute. Okay. Now let's check exactly how our element is looking. See, right now only one color is visible, right? You guys will be asking why is that so? Our another color is hidden right behind of it because both elements have absolute, which means the one who is above will be ignored by the another one, right? Let me adjust a little bit of things. Like if I will write here top 20 pixels and left. Now you guys will be easily seeing that yeah, some of our boxes behind of it, right? So this is how it will be looking. But if I want that the green box should come just above, so we can use z index. Okay, like suppose I gives it a z index of 2. Not this one actually, to the first. If I gives it a z index of 2, you can see our green is coming above. So what exactly values can I give? So we can give any values like whole number, but it should not be decimal to our z index, right? You can give any values, any whole numbers, natural numbers, but except decimal. You guys will be asking why I have written 2 here, right? I have written 2 by because sometimes it happens that when we are using multiple files, like right now, instead of this one, if by chance we would have got another one. Wait, I will make another box here. Third box. And if I will copy all these properties and I will make another one for our third box, instead of aqua, let's give it a red. So you can clearly see, right, that there are 3 elements right now. You know, 20, I'll give it a 40. And this one also I'll give it a 40. Now you can see that exactly there are 3 elements. Now, if I want that the middle one should come first, how can I exactly do it? So if I want, so how exactly can I use my properties to bring that second element upwards? So what I can do here is I can give z index to everybody. Yeah, see. Z index, suppose I'll give this one 3. Okay. Suppose I will give this one z index 2 and this one z index. Okay. So now, according to you guys, which one should come? Comment down below, stop the video right now and comment which one according to you should be visible. See, you can see aqua is visible because the value which I have given it is more than the value of another one right here. By chance, if I would have given this one, suppose this first box is having 3 value, then you can see that our green screen is clearly visible first. Right? See, it's like green screen has the biggest value, so it's getting the first preference, then aqua is getting the second preference, and the red one is getting the third preference. If by chance I will switch these numbers, like if I give this 3, if I give this the 2, and if I give this, now let's check. See, now our red one is getting the first preference, green one is getting the second preference, and the blue one is getting the first. Now you can see the red one is getting the first preference, blue one is getting second preference, and the aqua is getting third preference. By chance, if I suppose if I remove red one, right? If I remove this red box completely, like this, then let's see, the green one is getting the second preference, right? As I told you. So this is how Z index works. If you have any doubts, then do comment out. I will be reaching it and I will be replying it as soon as possible. And if you guys are liking the content, then do like the video and share it as much as you can so that I can make more such videos and can share it with you. Do subscribe so that you can't miss another upcoming cool videos. And I'll catch you in the next one. So see ya. Have a good day. Bye bye.